I got your wig, ho. Ha ha. You're mad. Miss Wikiana. Miss Wikiana.
So when we arrived for the interview, we didn't know what we'd find. We were told she was suffering from laryngitis because she'd been traveling, just back from Los Angeles. But like everyone else, most of all, we wondered how frail she would look when she walked in the room.
You know that as we sit here and talk,
yeah,
everybody watching this is going to be staring at you physically.
Yeah.
And they're going to be saying, how thin is she now?
Yeah.
How many bones can we see? Is she sick? And how sick is she?
I'm not sick, Diane. I am not sick. Let's get that straight. I'm not sick, okay? I've always been a thin girl. I'm not going to be fat ever. Let's get that straight. Whitney is not going to be fat ever, okay?
The Michael Jackson VH1 appearance. I'm going to show you the picture.
Well, that's a bad shot.
Well, it may be a bad shot, but this is real. I mean, the bones, that's real.
Yeah, my bones, yeah. I'm 5'7" and thin. I can understand what you mean.
But that's not just thin.
No, what is it? Diane, tell me. Do you know?
It's scary thin.
I can believe what you feel. I can believe that. But do you really know? Do you really know?
No, you know.
Thank you.
Anorexia.
No way.
They've written it.
No way.
Bulimia.
No way.
That it's because of drugs.
No. Mm-mm. Now, I grant you, I partied. But there have been times when I know I was going through a lot of emotional stress and my eating habits were awful.
Whitney dying. Crack rehab fails.
First of all, let's get one thing straight. Crack is cheap. I make too much money to ever smoke crack. Let's get that straight, okay? We don't do crack. We don't do that. Crack is whack.
Which raises the question, what drugs has she done, and how deep did they take her? Later on in this hour, we'll have a long conversation about drug use and the path that brought her here, nearly 40 years after she was born to the sound of music in Newark, New Jersey.
The way you call me, baby.
Houston's mother is gospel and blues great Sissy Houston,
Now this one I want you to because it's more powerful.
who was also the choir minister at New Hope Baptist Church, where the congregation was the first to hear the little girl with the great big gift.
Could you see the reaction on everybody's faces when you sang?
You know what I used to do, Diane? I would close my eyes like this and I'd sing. I was so afraid and I'd sing. And when I would open my eyes, the people would be what we call Holy Ghost fired out. They would be in such spirit of praise. I think I knew then that it was an infectious thing that God had given me.
By the age of 17, Houston was auditioning for studios when the powerful head of Arista, Clive Davis, heard her singing at a nightclub and became the controlling force in her life, choosing her music, crafting her image, and giving her the confidence that made her a star.
In the mid-90s, you said, I feel old.
Yeah, like I've been through a lifetime of stuff.
And that it just wasn't any fun anymore.
Mm-mm. No. I enjoy what I do. I love to sing, but it's just not fun anymore.
Because?
People are different in the industry. It's about the money. It's about get it fast.
You think you're not tough enough for this business?
Oh, I'm tough enough.
That was a quick answer.
Yeah, I mean, I've lasted this long. You gotta be tough.
I want to ask you about the cancellations.
Did they tell you how many? Do you know how many? Look at my record. See the concerts I've done and see how many I've canceled in the 17 years of my career and add it up.
But when you read the articles and people talk as if you're just impossible because you may show, you may not show.
Not true, not true, not true, not true.
But there's some high-profile things you didn't show for it.
True.
For instance, not showing up for a tribute to her old mentor, Clive Davis, after he'd been forced out of Arista, leaving her on her own.
I cried. I cried. They just all of a sudden just say one day he's not there. He's gone. That hurt a lot.
But not showing up for Clive.
Oh, yeah, that was between him and I. We won't discuss it.
But what about the most famous no-show of all at the 2000 Oscars, reportedly after botching her songs during rehearsal?
Okay, the Academy Awards.
Okay. I was fired from the gig. I didn't mind. I really didn't want to do it anyway. But I was past that. I'm past that and it's over now.
Why were you fired?
Because I was not getting along with the guy that was directing the whole thing, who I've known since I was a kid.
I think you said laryngitis at the time. I don't think that's what you said.
I had gotten bronchitis, and I asked him just for a day just to get it together. And I was kind of pissed off, and I had an attitude about it. And rightfully so. You know, I should not have been on the show, and they fired me, and that was it. And I went home.
And that's all there was?
That I can remember.
People were saying that sometimes you just didn't, you didn't seem there.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably wasn't.
Once more, she says a lot of it is emotional turmoil and explains what she calls her physical reaction to stress.
I'm the kind of person, if I have a day that is nerve-wracking or my week has been bad or something's going down, I won't eat. Some people eat, I don't eat. And it shows in my physical frame.
Can I ask how much you weigh now?
Sure.
How much do you weigh now?
I ain't telling you.
I think I just got sucker punched. Do you work at it now to keep your weight up?
No. You know what?
Well, but if people are going to be looking and people are going to be pointing.
But they always have. From the moment I stepped out there. They always have.
And looking back, do you apologize? Do you want them
there are things I apologize for. But the things I apologize for, like my concert dates, those things I apologize for because the people really matter to me. They matter to me. And I know they came out to see me. And I apologize for that.
You said you were scared to death on The Bodyguard.
Scared to death. Terribly frightened. I mean, Kevin Costner. I said, why me? He said, because you're the only one that can sing.
She says it was her husband who pulled her through.
I'd wake up in the morning and I'd go, I can't do this. This is too much for me. Bobby, I'm going to quit today. Okay, I'm going to quit. He said, no way are you going to do that. If you quit now, you're going to blame me for the rest of my life. You're going to do this movie and you're going to do it well. You can't quit now. You can't turn back.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
You're looking at their wedding videos, never before seen publicly. Whitney Houston, regal queen of soulful pop, marrying Bobby Brown, streetwise star of a raunchy brand of R&B.
With this ring I thee wed.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. And
She in her $40,000 wedding dress, 800 guests, and a lot of people around the country wondering, why him?
We did it!
You just never pictured Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston together. Who did? Love is where you find it. It's where you find it, and I found it in him.
Flight attendant came up to me and said, I'd just like to ask her why she stays with him. Why doesn't she just leave him?
I'd like to ask her why she stays with her man. I'd like to know how her utopia is. Then we could talk.
Has he ever hit you?
No, he's never hit me, no. I've hit him. In anger.
They have separated twice, but always come back to each other.
That your husband's controlling and that you can't get away from it any more than an abused wife can get away from it. Because you can't see it. It's a magnet that pulls you back.
The magnet that they're talking about is my love and my protection for him. I cannot say that there wasn't a time where, yeah, it was like that, you know. But I was new at it.
When?
4 or 5 years ago, you know. I was that wife that wanted to be there to make sure, you know, everything was cool and that, you know, no other women were around and da-da-da-da-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. This is my first love. Remember, I had never really ever been in love with anybody like I was in love with Bobby, so I went through all the changes that any girl would go through, you know. I did. But I'm older and I'm wiser now. I'm wiser about it. He can go away and I'm fine. I can go away and he's fine. It's not the Svengali tactic anymore.
Once somebody's done that, though, it's hard to let go.
I don't want to let go of him.
No, it's hard to let go of
He doesn't want to let go of
a
me.
Svengali relationship.
I did with Clive.
At this point, someone has slipped into the room, sitting on the sofa, listening. It's Bobby Brown, hearing me ask if he's jealous of her.
True? Not true.
Sometimes.
She says sometimes, but from the sofa, he says never.
Never.
Sometimes I am
he
with
said?
him.
Wait a minute, come over here. Come over here. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this. You have to come over here.
Time to talk together about this famously turbulent marriage.
But why is it so turbulent?
I think marriage is turbulent, you know. We're just in the public eye, you know. A lot of people, you know, that are married go through worse problems than us.
Have you ever hit her?
No. I wouldn't.
What is
I
hitting
would
me?
Never. I have 4 sisters, 4 aunts, a mother, you know, 2 daughters. I would never raise my hands in any kind of way to them. I love the beauty of woman, and this is mine. No. Now I admit I'm a wild guy. You know, sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
I like all the attention, you know.
Does it bother you when she gets all the attention?
No, that doesn't at all.
Yeah, but you're in the same business. How do
No,
you not compare?
But she's a female, and no one can touch me as an entertainer. No one. So she has her part, and I have my part, and you know that's
We
what
share
makes
that.
it easy.
And they also share the notoriety about his drug use. He has admitted that he's an alcoholic.
And it's hard because we're rock and rollers, man.
That's
You
the
know?
life we lived in.
Yeah.
You know.
And this is the Atlanta courtroom where just last week a judge refused to throw out 6-year-old charges against Brown for speeding and driving without a license. While, in fact, the morning we arrived, he'd been arrested again for the same thing, and this time with marijuana in the car.
Tell me about you and drugs.
Me and drugs, we're not friends. We're not friends at all. I used to smoke a lot of marijuana, a lot.
But marijuana's still in your life.
Yeah, because I'm the type of person that I'm a very high-strung person. I'm bipolar. It seems to help me from going up and down.
You diagnosed bipolar?
I'm diagnosed bipolar, and it helps me to keep a level in my life. You know.
Is there lithium? Did you?
I can't
get
take
it treated?
lithium. Lithium has me like this.
It was catatonic, you know. It took him to, like, his spirit was dead.
Every now and then, you know, I smoke a joint. Every now and then, you know. It's not an everyday thing. It's maybe every other day, but it's not an everyday thing. But it keeps me calm.
What about other drugs?
No. I never have. Never have and never will. That's another thing that used to get me so mad.
Yeah, they said you tested for cocaine.
But I tested for a substance like cocaine, which can be anything. It could be an aspirin, it could be a Valium, it could be anything. But it was not cocaine in my system.
When we arrived at the interview, we had no idea if she would answer any questions at all on the topic. Right away, she made it clear that her partying, as she calls it, is not about anyone else. It's her journey, her struggle.
My business is sex, drugs, rock and roll. You know? Me and my friends, we have a good time. But as you get older and you get wiser, you know, you stop a lot of the kid stuff. I had no time to grow up, I had no time to party. I didn't even date in my 20s. It was rough. It was rough. I think I kind of reverted back as I got older and said, well, I'm just gonna party, you know? It was kind of a rebel in me, you know?
Did you think how dangerous it was?
No, I wasn't like shooting heroin or anything.
This says $730,000 drug habit. This is a headline.
Come on. 730? I wish. No, I wish whoever's making that money off of me could share it with me. No way. No way. I want to see the receipts from the drug dealer that I bought $730,000 worth of drugs from. I want to see receipts.
Is it alcohol? Is it marijuana? Is it cocaine? Is it pills?
It has been. At times.
All?
At times.
If you had to name the devil for you, the biggest devil among them?
That would be me. It's my deciding. It's my heart. It's what I want and what I don't want. Nobody makes me do anything I don't want to do. It's my decision. So the biggest devil is me. I'm either my best friend or my worst enemy. And that's how I have to deal with it.
Do you think of yourself as an addict?
I am addicted to a few things.
Like?
Making love. I don't like to think of myself addicted. I like to think of I had a bad habit, which can be broken.
In 1999, her mother, blues singer Cissy Houston, tried to intervene after reports that Whitney and Bobby had a wild fight in a hotel room.
As she gets to my door, there's some people I want you to meet. I said, Mommy, you raised me with the love and with God. Now, if I can't make it with you and with the love of God, I'm not putting my life in someone else's hands. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And nobody else. I don't care where they're from, what council service, or whatever they're from. If you do this to me, I will go and leave the country and take Chrissy with me, and we'll just go. And I was very serious. And she said, everybody leave, please. Wait a minute, because she's serious.
But tell me about you that night. First of all, had you been partying? Is that part of it?
Well, Diane, I can't say it was like an everyday kind of thing. Yeah, I hung out with some friends and I partied.
Did it seem to ease the pressure? Did it quiet the voice in your head? Seemed?
Seemed, yes.
How scared did you get?
Scared. When they said I had died, I did. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. Yep, because I didn't want to look like the rest of them. I didn't want to be like them. It frightened me. I don't ever want to be in the realm of where I'm caught in a mold and I can't get out. Never. That's over. I'm beyond it.
Do you think you came close?
I think as close as anybody I think I can get. I know folks who've come closer, but that's as close as I want to be. That's as close as I think it gets.
And how sure are you that those bad days you talked about are behind you?
I know that I'm on the right path because I'm back home where I started, in here. I can't tell you it's all going to be perfect, Diane, and I can't
because
tell you.
everybody says it's day by day, day by day.
Yeah.
But now do you say, not at all? Or do you say, I can...
Well, I'm not going to tell you that. I could tell you that I am not self-destructive. I'm not a person who wants to die. I'm a person who has life and wants to live. and I always have. And don't ever mistake it for anything else other than that.
Are you strong enough to do that now?
I think so.
And not let it get you?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am.
Because most people...
I pray every day that I am. I'm not the strongest every day, but I'm not the weakest either. And I won't break. And I won't break.
Is today a good day?
Today's a great day. It's a blessed day.
No temptations today?
I have a few temptations, but it's not about drugs, it's about kicking ass, but, you know.
Mine?
No. This is a blessing.
But we kept wondering, how hard will it be for her to change her life when drug use is so close in those she loves? Not only her husband, her two brothers have each been caught with cocaine and marijuana. And this past May, her cousin Diane Warwick stopped at an airport with marijuana too.
Your cousin?
Jesus.
Your cousin did.
Very isolated incidents. And one had nothing to do with the other.
And even though she's not in conventional rehab, Houston insists that today in Atlanta, she's surrounded by something just as strong. A prayer partner, Perry Nixon. She calls her Sister Perry. And her belief in a higher being, who she says rescues those who need help.
I've talked to people who have been through rehab, and a lot of people that come through it with God. They tell you in a rehab that 90% of you are going to return. That's not nice. That's not nice. So what I did is I looked at my soul to see what was missing.
So for the people out there who say, we want to help build a barrier between her and drugs, what do you want them to pray for?
Don't pray about the drugs. Leave the drugs alone.
Why?
Why? Pray for me as a person, for my soul, that I'm stronger.
Robin Crawford, friend and employee. Once so close to her, Houston had to deny rumors the two of them were gay. She still denies the rumors and says Crawford left 2 years ago after arguing with Bobby Brown about who should advise Houston.
There is no competition. There's no competition. That's my husband. If you want to be my friend, let's remain friends. If you can't handle that, sorry.
And in the pause, a message for Crawford.
And I love you.
And then, last September, the biggest blow of all. Houston's father, who managed his daughter's finances, joined his business partner in a lawsuit against her, demanding $100 million for management help, they say, during her troubles and in getting her a big new contract with Arista.
Your father's filing suit against you. $100 million. Do you feel betrayed?
It hurts. They'll never get $100 million out of me. I know that.
But they claim that you haven't paid them for things they did, like...
They were never hired. But I won't get into it.
Have you talked to him? What has he said to you?
My father is 81, very sick. His health is failing. Somebody who my father's associated with has put fear in his heart, as if he's not my father and I'm not his daughter.
Do you still love him?
Absolutely. He gave me life. Before all of this, there were years that I can't forget. The bad part about it is that it's about money. And that really sucks. That hurts more than anything.
When you think it's the dad who dressed you and walked you down the aisle, what are you thinking?
That moment. Can I stop, please?
Sure.
Thanks.
And what do you like about your mom's voice?
I like her voice because it's really nice and it makes me go to sleep.
She sings you lullabies?
I love you.
Oh.
Dinner, dinner. I love you.
No.
10 years from now,
Yeah.
give me the perfect life for Whitney Houston.
Retired, sitting, looking at my daughter grow up.
Ew. Like JK, but like maybe not. But thank you for watching. But you hating ass bitches always have something to say. Hating ass bitch, but you're still watching my vids. What? 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 You're so upset. But that's like okay, because have a piece of bread, have a Xanax, relax, because I said what I said.